Welcome to Shenke Garage. So in this episode, we're going to finish off the rest of the cab repairs and get it all ready to send off to the sandblaster. So we've just got some rust repairs to finish off and also some heat shrinking on the roof to get rid of some of the oil canning. So we'll jump straight into the video and hope you enjoy. So today's episode, we're going to continue on with getting the cabin ready for the sandblaster. So in the last episode, we smoothed out this left-hand side of the gutter section. And since then, I've just done the other side as well, so that turned out pretty good. So this side was a hell of a lot worse, so there was a lot of rust underneath. Once I cut this section out, it was all rusted underneath. So there was a few different layers there that had rusted through, so it took a little bit longer to get this side done. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with this side as well. You know, it's all steel again, no bog, no rust. So yeah, pretty happy with that. So I've just got these couple of repairs to do, so just this section here and on the other side. So you just need to smooth out this bit here as well, same as, you know, like I've done here. So the roof, it's a bit of a strange one. It seems to have fixed itself. So a few episodes ago, I replaced this patch here and it pretty much warped the roof. There was a heap of oil canning and yeah, it was not looking good. But since then, I've sort of done a little bit of work with the hammer and dolly. It improved it a little bit, but I think since I've done these repairs on both sides, it's actually probably pulled the roof either direction and caused it to probably pop up. And yeah, doesn't seem to be any oil canning anymore. There's a little bit just here, which I might just take all this back to bare metal and just see if I can get that oil canning out of there. And there's a bit of a low just there, so I'll just try and work that a little bit more with the hammer and dolly. But all in all, it's actually, yeah, the roof's actually come up pretty good and I haven't really done anything, so I'm definitely not going to complain about that. So yeah, we'll get this ready for the sandblaster. So it's booked for a couple days time, so I've got 2 days to get it all ready for the sandblaster. So what they're going to do, sandblast and epoxy prime it pretty much at the same time, so it's only going to be left, you know, in bare metal for 1 to 2 hours and then all epoxied. It's pretty humid up in Brisbane at the moment. It's a bloody hot here at the moment, so yeah, we'll get cracking into it and hopefully I'm not going to sweat my balls off. Okay, so just with this section here, it's a bit hard to see, but there's 3 layers. So this section follows along and then there's a 90 and then it's welded to this piece here, and then this piece then sits over the top with a 90 and then welds to this section here. So I've just made up this first piece, so I'll weld that in and then I can make up this piece here to go over it and then join up into here. Okay, so that piece is welded in and I've just made up this other piece here and I've just sprayed some zinc primer on the back side, so that will now sit in there like so, and then I can basically weld that in. I've just put some spot welds here as well, so yeah, that's ready to weld in and then that bit is finished. Okay, so that side is all done, so just welded that patch in there, just made up a little patch to weld in there also, and just coated with the etch primer to protect the repairs until it gets sandblasted. So onto this other side. So I actually kept the template from the other side that I've done, so I'm able to just basically flip that around and then that will fit into there. So I've just sort of marked that out with a texter, so I can cut this piece out, and then what I'm going to do is sort of cut around here just to leave this piece, and then I can bend that in, or if I need to cut this piece out or to gain access into there, I can. So yeah, once I do cut this out, I'll reassess it and see how I'm going to tackle it. Okay, so I've just cut this section out and then also these sections here. So when I cut them out, there's just been a whole heap of build up of dirt and mud. So I've cleaned all that out just with a screwdriver and a wire brush, and then just blown it all out with an air gun. I've also just used this aerosol rust converter and just sprayed up all in there. So you can see that this section here is rusted a bit. So I've converted that and then sprayed it with the zinc primer, so that's going to stop it from rusting any further. So I don't think it's going to be a major concern. It's obviously not ideal, but yeah, to fix that properly, I'm going to have to pull all the, you know, seal panels off and to get in there properly. So at this stage, I think it's going to be all good once I weld all new sections in here, and then this section here should be plenty strong enough. Okay, so I'm just going to do this repair in 3 sections. So the first section I've welded in already, so this piece here, so that continues on this line here, and then the second piece is this one here that I've already made up, so that will sit in there like so, and then the third piece will be this section that will weld into there, and then I'll have to just fill up this piece here with some weld. So that is the second piece welded in. So I've just made up the final piece, which will go in there like so, and then once that's welded in, I can fill this gap here with a bit of weld, and then yeah, that's this side complete. So that is both sides repaired now. So I can drop this back down on the wheels and I can get started into the roof. Okay, so I've just taken the paint and the primer off. Just use this dolly, come up underneath, and this spoon on the top, and giving it a whack all around this area. So that has improved it somewhat. Still a bit of a low here. I might see if I can keep working it a bit more, but yeah, it's not too bad. So there's a bit of oil canning just here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll try and heat it up with the butane torch and shrink that a little bit, and then use a wet rag to cool it off. So there's a couple of videos on YouTube I've watched, and I've got a bit of an idea how to do it. So yeah, heat it up till it starts to get red, and then hit it with a hammer and the dolly underneath, and then cool it off with the rag. So yeah, we'll give that a go. I've never done this before, so it'll be a new sort of skill to learn, I guess. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's actually worked out pretty good, so I can't actually push that in anymore. But yeah, when I was heating it up, I could see it was like starting to, there was like a bulge happening, and I was sort of freaking out a little bit. But yeah, once you put that rag on it, it shrinks it and the bulge disappears, and yeah. So yeah, that's turned out pretty good. So there's a little bit here, so I'll continue working my way around and just keep doing that, and I think I should be able to get this roof pretty good. Okay, so that's the roof pretty much all done. So yeah, pretty happy with how that's turned out. It's all nice and solid now. So I did find that you heat shrink one area up and then another area opens up with some oil canning. So you just sort of work your way around. Eventually it all should become solid. So yeah, happy with that. So new skill unlocked. So wasn't actually that difficult. It's just the first one you do seems a little bit daunting. But yeah, as you do a couple, you get pretty comfortable in doing it, and yeah, you get a bit of a technique going. So yeah, happy with that. So I just want to bring up this roof, and this all probably could have been avoided if I sort of had a bit of an idea of what I was doing when I was welding this roof. So yeah, I must admit I stuffed up, but I've learned from it. But a few guys have reached out to me and gave me a bit of advice on next time if I ever do it. Basically, so I welded a square patch in. There was a round antenna hole here, and I welded the square patch in, and what I should have done was welded a round patch in. And reason being is I've done up a bit of a diagram. So when you weld in the square patch, the corners, they will pull in different directions, and then that's what causes the warpage. So because all these are pulling in all directions, it'll warp. But when you weld in a round patch, the welds will pull all in that direction, like so, and then that'll keep it all even and then minimize any warpage. So yeah, I probably could have avoided all this if I did basically weld in a round patch like so. So yeah, appreciate the feedback from the guys that reached out to me with that. So I just thought it was a good little tip for anyone else that is planning on, you know, doing any weld jobs on the roof section.
Yep.
So it's all hooked up onto the trailer. So I've just got that supported just with some ratchet straps. So yeah, I couldn't get the trailer all the way up my driveway, which is unfortunate, but anyway, it's pretty light, the cab, so I was able to just roll it down to the front of the block. So yeah, we've got a Ford, tow and a Holden. So anyway, off to Sandblaster. So that's it for today's video. So super stoked to finally have this cabin all completed. So all the rust and modifications are now all done, and I can finally send it off to the sandblaster and get it sealed up with the epoxy primer. So it's definitely taken a lot longer than what I was expecting to get all this cab finished. So there was a lot of dodgy repairs previously to when I owned it. So at least now that it's all new steel and there's no bog, there's no dodgy repairs anymore. So yeah, pretty happy with how the cab's turned out. So apologies that the last 5 or 6 videos have all been a little bit repetitive and all been on the cabin, but now the cabin's completed and the diff should arrive in the next couple of days, I can finally get stuck back into finishing off the chassis, so I can start welding in the 4-link and get the diff all fitted up. So it should be a little bit more exciting in the next few videos coming up, and no more cab repairs. So I just ticked over the 840 subscribers, so really close to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. So I really appreciate if you could help me out and hit that subscribe button below and help me reach that milestone. So yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys, and we'll see you next time on Shenke Garage. Cheers.